Alright, so it's 4 a.m. Sorry, I've got to be quiet. My housemates are still asleep. I just wanted to show you the results. We are at 1.1 million. Hey everyone, Davie here, founder of the Oodie. Over the past 12 months, we've done over $200 million on Shopify. Today I'm going to give you a behind the scenes, just do a little bit of a vlog because I think we're going to do $1 million in sales in one day. So really special moment thanks to our amazing customers. And yeah, I just want to give you all the tips that I possibly can about, people try to break down why the Oodie is so successful, and I'm just going to lay it all out there and hope you get a lot of value from it, and basically try to do a bit of a tutorial on how your brands can achieve this as well. So let's jump into it. It's 9:43 a.m. We're tracking really well on yesterday, so that's where I'm really confident we're going to hit that million. My kind of first lesson that I wanted to talk about is something that I don't nearly talk about enough, and it's the most important part about business or any large business, and that's our team. Our team is incredible. I probably don't take you behind the scenes enough, and the truth is, all you see is me. The honest thing is that without our team, we could not do anywhere close to the numbers that we do. We have teams in marketing, product, finance, customer service, operations. You really do need kind of incredible people in each of those departments to excel and scale up in your sales. So when you first set up your product or your brand, it's basically going to be you. You're going to be the head of department in every single area. You're going to have to learn every single area, set up the systems, set up the processes, and then it gets to the point where your time could be better spent somewhere else in the business. And that's when you need to make your first hire. So for me, that was my brother who was helping me with operations and customer service because my specialty is in marketing. So it's all about opportunity cost. Where could you be spending that time to better further your business? Eventually that starts happening at a rapid pace, and you need to hire individuals for each area because people have different skill sets and different strengths, and your business can grow so big that something as small as customer service once was is now a full-time job. My main advice for hiring is hire for attitude, especially in the beginning, because you're going to go on this kind of really large journey of learning, and people are just going to need to adapt constantly. You just want to hire someone that's super hungry, believes in the vision, has an orientation to the kind of the department that you're putting them in, whether it's operations. They need to be organized and understand kind of where they need to focus their time in that area. So one other amazing hiring hack that I have is hiring someone that has achieved what you're trying to achieve. So that can be as broad as if you're a $10 million e-commerce business, you want to hire someone that has taken a $10 million e-commerce business to $100 million in that certain department, whether it be marketing or something like that. So that's one hack. It's not exactly easy to find, but you can break it down to even if you're looking to hire. If you're looking to do an international expansion, you're simply trying to hire someone in your country that has also managed an international expansion. That person will have a range of knowledge from failures that they've done previously, such as taxes or setting up the 3PL, certain import laws. It's all of those kind of things that it's just going to fast track you and avoid a lot of mistakes. To hire people, there's a couple of good books, like Who is a really great book. It talks about setting up scorecards for your employees. So you're looking at what does actually success look like, map out their role around that, and then kind of measure that as well. But honestly, in the early stages, you're just going to be grinding it out with this person, and they're just going to need to set up systems and processes and reporting for you. Our team right now, and the reason why we are so successful is we have an amazing OKR system, which is objectives and key results. It's commonly used by Google. That's basically where we all agree as a team what the objectives are for the quarter, and then we set up key results, the measurable key results to track that then result in that objective being achieved.
My name is Linda and I am the social media and community manager at the Oodie, and I also make content. So one of the key OKRs for the quarter is to reach record revenue. So this ties back to my role because I assist the content team and my own personal content.
Hey, I'm Maddie and I am the creative content coordinator at the Oodie. I'm across a lot of things. My day-to-day always looks very different. It can be from liaising with marketing managers to ensure that our content output is the best it can possibly be, organising streamlined processes for rapid content output for all of our Facebook ads. So one of my company-wide OKRs is to increase the group revenue for a record quarter. So one of my key objectives within that is to coordinate the content team to produce different types of creatives for Facebook ads in order to beat last quarter's targets.
You know, that's a really amazing part of the Davie group and the Oodie especially. And you know, we've just hired young, hungry people like that really understand the vision of what we're trying to achieve and creating beautiful brands. Touching a bit more about having, you know, key people that are responsible for a department. Obviously with so many brands, we need an actual brand manager, a marketing manager. That person kind of lives and breathes the brand and brings all of the departments in together. We then use kind of a brand manager to manage those brand managers, and then we have each kind of marketing department set up. We have digital, we have creative, we have product, we have retention. All of those kind of departments also have a head of department. So basically we've got all of these internal resources that our brand managers can then pull upon. Every time we've hired someone, it's pretty much created a new capability internally, which is really exciting. And then we basically just give them free rein to, you know, express their creativity and, you know, prove their results through data. Everything, you know, we kind of go into it with a hypothesis. Is this going to work? What does success look like? And then we measure it accordingly. Giving that level of freedom to your team is just so important, and you know, that's part of the reason why the Oodie has become so successful.
The Oodie gives me full creative freedom to do my own trend research, make videos and edit videos that I think would be viral.
I have a lot of creative freedom when it comes to both the actual creative tasks as well as the processes that are behind it.
One of the main reasons the Oodie can do the numbers that it's doing is just diversification. So I see a common mistake with brands that they launch and find a winning product. And typically this happens, they find it in the US, which is a very large market and you can build a very large business there, but they fail to diversify countries early. So the Oodie operates in over 5 countries now, and we expanded there really quickly, which has really provided an amazing competitive advantage. And I think a lot of brands don't do that because they're too focused on, you know, one market and they're not planning long term for the future. Maybe they're intimidated by expanding internationally, but the truth is, you know, you should do it quite early. It'll really give you momentum as well, and especially if your product is seasonal, it's really important to have those other regions with momentum. To diversify with countries with your brand, all you need to do is make sure that you buy the domains in those countries, so .com.au for Australia, .com for the US, or you know, .co.uk for the UK. Really making sure that you have those domains, and then you're just going to duplicate your store. Change the currencies, set up a 3PL in that country, and just pretty much launch very similar ads and just duplicate those flows across. Another great way of diversifying is actual channel diversification. So the Oodie operates on, you know, all the major digital platforms. We've got Facebook, Snapchat, Pinterest. We run native ads, Google ads, YouTube ads. We do a lot of influencer work. It's really important from a risk point of view that you're not completely reliant on one platform, but it's also very good because just of how the platforms work in terms of efficiency, where the lower amount of ad spend, you know, the better the returns are going to be. If you do have that winning product and you've kind of pushed Facebook and your landing page to the highest degree, then looking at channel diversification is really important. The other form of diversification that is super important, and the reason why the Oodie is, you know, so fantastic, is product diversification. In fact, this is probably the reason why our group is so successful compared to a lot of the other kind of house of brands that are operating, is we really focus on product. You know, we test thousands of products, and the ones that we believe can provide a lot of value to customers and happiness to customers, we then obviously launch them. Product diversification with the Oodie, it's obviously our licensed designs are incredible. This $1 million day that we're about to do is really thanks to our licensed products. Our recent Rick and Morty designs are absolutely crushing it at the moment. We're really excited about that, but we've got so many other diversified products which have slowly edged that average sales day up and up and up, and provided us a level of diversification amongst our brand. So we're here with Rachel Ward, the genius behind all of our Oodie patents, the creative genius. So how'd you come up with these designs?
So we've been working on these particular ranges for about 6 months now. So we start off by having a look through the portal, having a look at what's trending, and work out with our audience what will really resonate with them.
So for all the people starting a fashion brand at home, what is the process for starting a product like this?
It all starts with the creative. So we go through various rounds of mood boards, and we look at trends, we look at what's happening in the market. In particular, this is Warner Brothers, so we have a look at what's in their marketing calendar, what movies are coming up, what are things that would really resonate with our customer audience. Then we go through about 4 or 5 creative rounds, so we do different scales of the product. We go through different style guides, which takes quite a long time. So we've been working on this range for about 6 months, and then we go through creative approvals. So again, we do a lot of internal approvals with creative. As this is Warner Brothers, we have to do Warner Brothers approvals as well. Then we start sampling, and then it kind of goes from there.
What's your favourite design?
Tweety. I love Tweety. I think there's such a nostalgia with Tweety.
What are some of the funniest ideas we've had pitched to the Oodie?
Oh, we've had so many over the years. Our customers really love emailing us and asking us to create various designs. One of my favourites was when somebody asked to have a Nicolas Cage photo on an Oodie, which was great. Maybe we should actually do that.
We are pretty close. Zoom in there. Just refresh for everybody. Still got some good hours of trading. At 852,000. So another thing that I really need to stress is, some basic business principles that have allowed us to do the sales that we're doing. The first one is finding a flywheel. So Jim Collins created this in Good to Great, and it really is one of the most powerful concepts to create focus and understanding of what makes a great business. Typically as entrepreneurs, we get very, very distracted. There's a lot of opportunity in certain areas to grow, but the kind of key denominator to growing a large business is finding your flywheel. Now what that means is basically finding the process that makes your business grow. A flywheel is a big heavy object that, it's very hard to get spinning initially, and then you're pushing on it, and as it gains momentum, it's easier to push and it gains a lot of speed. So that's the kind of metaphor for your business. So our flywheel is, we release incredible products, we then scale it through digital advertising, and then we retain through incredible customer service and also retention-based advertising like email. It just repeats like that. That has proved incredibly useful for us, and anything additional onto that can actually be a distraction. You need to understand your flywheel for your business. It may be very similar if you're in e-commerce, and a lot of people will forget that product section, and then they'll just focus on their Facebook and then their retention, and eventually that's just going to dry up as the product fatigues and Amazon and eBay sellers enter the market. So really making sure that you understand your flywheel for long-term growth and just building on that. You build your teams, you build your capabilities, you build your reporting all around that flywheel. The other thing that is a really important business concept that plays well into that is the compound effect. There's a great book on this. It was actually the first book I ever read. It basically talks just about how small actions over a long period of time add up. This is especially the case in digital marketing where you have so much automation. So the email flows that you set up day one, or the website optimization that you've winning tests on your website is just going to keep compounding up. And then you can just spend more on digital advertising and it just kind of grows. So this is kind of the main reason why it takes so long to do $1 million in a day, because you need all of these things compounding up. You need those good reviews from customers. You need that word of mouth virality as well, which is really important. You need the trust factors as well. All of this kind of stuff just compounds, and then you just keep repeating it with your flywheel, and you can do $1 million as well. So there's some key things that you can do to start implementing in your brand to, reach the same success as the Oodie. It's really important to keep everything as simple as possible and understand, your key inputs. Throughout the day, I'm just going to be refreshing my dashboard for you. Hopefully we can make the $1 million. It's going to be really exciting.
Alright, so it's 4 AM. Sorry, I've got to be quiet. My housemates are still asleep. I just wanted to show you the results. We are at 1.1 million. So, record day. Extremely blessed and thankful for all of our customers and our team. So, can't wait to see what's next. Thanks.